we're going to play our DAS, Descendants of American Slave National Anthem. I hope you enjoy it.
Supposed to be free, so I'm feeling like a slave. The sun ain't even shine with your eyes shut. We've been down so long, it's time to rise up. If you was cold, then you would die without your heater. But on the same note, we gon' die without a leader. If the shoe fits, word King made it clear. And why can't we wait the books why he isn't here? Yeah, they try to take my freedom, but I took it back. I spent $16.95 and the book was black. It's a great read for those of you who never read it. And the backdrop started back in 37. And you can say a lot of things, but it's absurd that the term slavery became a cuss word. And to my mom, hope you're proud, it was all clean. I'm America's offspring, it's all me.
So important and being imported, they got my views on distorted. There's a black.
Hey, what's going on, man? This CEO Hot Rod back at you, man, on the streets of Fresno. Today is really a sad day for me, but it's also a happy day, a blessed day. I just left a funeral. My big cousin Greg, man, the people in Fresno called him Bleak. You know, I can't be sad, man, because I was the first one that spoke today, and I had the whole church laughing, you know, because I have good memories of my big cousin Greg, you know, rest in peace. Yeah, and like I say, it's going to get even sadder next week, man. My little cousin was killed. You know, that was Greg's great nephew. But like I say, man, this is very, very special show to me. You know, my first guest, man, very powerful brother. I actually met him a week ago today in Etta Bean, Mississippi. We was down there doing a Juneteenth celebration with CEO Charlotte. You know, much love to you, Charlotte, if you're watching it. You know, like I say, this brother right here, man, just the 2 hours that I was with them down there in Etta Bean, man, it changed my life because he told me something that I'll never forget. And I've been telling everybody ever since I landed in Fresno, really in L.A., that I'm not African American. I'm a first descendant of slaves. I mean, you know, we are the real people of America. And when this brother get to talking, I'm just going to let him talk, man, because he's very educated. And we're here to empower our people, to empower, you know, the world. You know, but like I say, this captain, man, it's the captain. You know, he just flew in. He's a pilot for American Airlines, man. And we were just talking, big bro. You know, last week he was like, man, I'm going to be in your city, man. I'm going to be in your city, you know, real soon. And when I got the text and I got the call, man, I was excited. I just got goosebumps. I'm like, man, he here. And then you sent me a picture. I'm like, man, because you told me you flying in on the jet, man. And then you sent me one of them flights. I say, what the what flight? Yes, that's right. I love you, brother.
I love you too. Hey, man, thank you for having me on your show, my brother. It's an honor to be here. It's time to flip the script. You know, I'm a California boy from
South Central
LA.
That's the big home.
And it's so honored to be here, to be back home in the state. Yeah, it's time to flip the script. We've been off course.
Yes.
And I know as a captain, a pilot, you can be 1 degree off course. You're not going to arrive at your destination. And we've been off technically since America has started this nation. It's been a leadership problem. Mm-hmm. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Not something, but everything. And we've had a lot of leaders, positional leaders, but we really haven't had any leading leaders. You know, the last leading leader that we've had was Dr. King. And they murdered him 48 years ago, and he was leading the people to economic freedom. He recognized also, too, that America had lost the little moral vision that it had. And a nation that's not governed by morality is a nation that's headed for abyss. And that's where we've been, in a really dark hole. However, you know, I accepted this call the night he was assassinated when the community burst. The first Watts, I've been part of 4 riots.
Yes, yes.
I was part of the first Watts riot, August 11th, 1965. It'll be 50 years here next month, in August.
Yes, yes.
At 7, I got the wake-up call. I saw the burning and the deprivation out there in the community. And then the night he was assassinated on April the 4th, the community burned down again. And I said, when we get older, we're going to fix this thing.
But you was young, you know, South Central LA.
Yeah, but I was passionate, and you know what, in the hood. But it was just something on the inside of me that it lit a torch. And I've been laser focused ever since. And, it's one of the most exciting times to be alive because, once you really know who you are and what you are, then you know what you can become.
Yes.
And one thing that I learned, I understand economics now. And brother, we're shifting right now from an industrial-based society to the information age. So that's a whole nother ballgame that I want to talk to you about down the road here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But today, what I want to do, I want to talk to your audience about really who we are. Because we've been called slaves, colored, Negro, black, now African American. Which one is it, and why so many name changes?
The first one, the first one, they're trying to figure out what to call us.
Right, because normally it takes an act of Congress to change a name.
Yes.
Yet every 25 to 50 years, we keep changing our name. But the reason why it's like that has been to cover the shame and the crime of slavery. Slavery was a crime against humanity. And they brought our folks here by force. We didn't come over here by choice. We were brought here by force. So we're non-immigrants. Everybody else that come to America comes willingly. They're immigrants. Now this is so important because America is a nation that operates off of contract, laws, codes, proper legal documentation. And also it's a corporation. We need to understand that. America is nothing but a corporation that operates off of laws, codes, proper legal documentation, referendums. And this country here...
So you said it's big business.
It's big business. America is about commerce. And see, America needed some people to build her nation. She chose us. Now, I'm so proud.
Okay, let me interject. Why do you think they chose us?
I'm so glad that you asked. Part of it is some of the things that we were doing in the mother country. Hey, we built pyramids. We're some awesome people. However, we got to go take it to the next level because, see, when they bred us in this country, we were considered property.
Wow.
And the slave master could have done anything that he wanted to his property. And he did. 9 months later, the product came out, the baby. See, the blood has been mixed.
It's been tainted.
No,
Tainted?
the blood's been mixed. Slave master was having sex. Let me keep it real with you. Can I keep it real? He was having sex.
Keep it real right here,
He was
man.
having
It's
sex
TV.
with the slave sisters. And some of the white females was having sex with the brothers. And so 9 months later, the baby came out. The blood has been mixed. We're not black. Black is a color. It is a description. It is an adjective. It's not a culture. It's not a nationality. It's not a race. It's not even a noun, person, place, or thing. It's a description. It's a color. And so we got to move that out the way. And I need to say this here. I just spoke with the king of Nigeria. I met with him 2 days ago in Washington, D.C. He summons me to to Washington. And he was telling me about coming together and all this here, and we black, and we African American, and we brothers. I had to correct him. I said, no. I'm not African American. I'm not black. I'm American. I was born here in South Central Los Angeles. My family, we've come through the slave culture that was bred through the American business enterprise system because slavery was a business.
Okay, let me stop you. Let me interject real quick. When you told him that, what was his response?
He looked at me. He said, no. I said, no. You need to understand. And you got to stop calling me black because that's not what I'm an American. I'm a proud descendant of American slaves. And then I educated him on the fact that, for example, there's many white African Americans that comes to the United States and get nationalized. And because America is a corporation, there's a little box called African American. You always put the country first where you immigrated from. The slaves never did immigrate here. They came by force, not choice. Also, too, the babies were bred in these southern plantations, in those baby making mills. And they came up out of America, not Africa. And so you always put the country where you first immigrated from. The slaves never did immigrate, and neither did the babies that were birthed here in American soil. They are Americans. And I said to him, I said, here's what's happening. And I explained to him about Michael Brown. You know, I live out in the St. Louis area. Y'all have you heard about Michael Brown?
Yes.
Okay, well, Michael Brown, they kept saying he's an African American. I said, that's a lie from the pit of hell. That boy was born right there in St. Louis on American soil. He is American. And what is happening, you're having the American slave culture is screaming out loud, asking for help. But they keep calling us African Americans. And this is so important because this country operates off of contracts. You have to dot the I and cross the T when you deal with the government. See, when they released the American slave culture from slavery during the American Civil War, they didn't provide no type of economic emancipation, provided no type of leadership training or how to enter into mainstream America. We were shifting from the agriculture age to the industrial age. And so the North and the South was fighting. It was all about economics. People say, oh, it was about freeing the slaves. Well, yeah, too, that had part of it, but it was about economics.
Okay.
And so when they freed us, Doc, we have not been properly implemented in American pecking order economically.
Okay. Can you explain that once again when you said about economics? That falls back to like big business, right?
Well, America, let's talk about America.
Okay.
America is a nation of commerce. It's about business. Slavery was a business. I used to say it wasn't personal until I went down to the Whitney plantation here recently over in Louisiana. It was personal too. They beat the hell out the slaves.
Okay, let me stop Captain G. I was talking to a person the other day when I came back. I've been talking to a few people. Was there slaves in California? Or just the slave was just in the South in that area? Because like I say,
southern states
just
like
southern
South Carolina, North Carolina, even in New York they had slaves. They had slaves even in Chicago. I'm finding out they were all over the place. They used our culture. See, they bred us to be ignorant. And I need to say this here. God said, not Dr. G. God said the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Well, the last culture that has been introduced to his human family is the American slave culture. It's only 300 years old. And that's still kind of like a baby, a teenager, when you look at this thing from humanity. And that's the reason why Pookie, Junebug, Ray Ray, and them tearing stuff up, because nobody told them that they are America's firstborn descendant. America has had no other child but the slaves. And America has been a deadbeat parent to its firstborn and to its descendants. And see, she owes, the reason why she don't want to talk about it, she owes our culture 115 trillion US dollars. Slavery is like kryptonite to Superman. Kryptonite took Superman down. Slavery could take the United States down because she owes the American slave culture. Now let me tell you what I'm doing so we can begin to flip the script. In the Constitution, it's very clear. When a nation does not take care of its people, we have the right to form our own to protect us. That's in the Constitution. Because that's the reason why the United States came into being anyway, because Great Britain, they broke off from Great Britain. Because Great Britain was getting the taxes. So they had applied this process. So what we're doing, since black is a color, it's not a nationality, it's a description, the United States is not going to respect that. It's not part of the Constitution. That's why I said slave was a business. It's also a legal terminology you can find in the 13th Amendment. That name is powerful. We want to make sure that we use that because that's our culture. She called us slaves when she brought us here. And there's laws against slavery.
Wow.
There's laws against slavery. However, this is what we're going to do. I went to Liverpool. I went to before and spoke with the House of Lords of London, and I gave them our flag. I gave them the American Slave Nation flag, explained it to them. I also went up to Liverpool and I spoke with them and they got so excited. I put the American Slave Nation flag in the Liverpool International Slavery Museum. See, Einstein said you can't solve a problem at the same level in which it was created. You got to go back to the beginning. So I went back to the beginning. It was Liverpool that spooled slavery up. They used their finances. They were making money off our culture. It's always been about economics. Slavery was big business. It still is today.
Okay, Captain G, let me ask you a question.
Please.
What really, really, really brought you to Fresno?
You. Doc, when we connected down in Itabena, Mississippi the other day,
yes.
You said, Doc, if you're ever out there, and I thought you was joking though. Because see, I talked to no.
Yes,
I
yes,
see
yes,
now.
yes,
You the real deal.
Yes.
I talked to a lot of folks that be perpetrating a fraud.
Man, you from
And
L.A. Shit, you grew up on that.
Hey, and I don't have time to play because we're out of time.
Man,
Y'all, when I
believe
fly
me.
that jet, I'm laser focused to get the people to the destination. We are out of time doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And for a person to come to Itabena, Mississippi, and God hooked us up.
Yes, that's what I mean.
He ordained that. I didn't do that. He said the footsteps of the righteous are ordered by him. But I was on he sent me down to Itabena and let them know it's their turn and their time, and we're going to flip the script down there.
That's right.
And then you was like, Dr. G, you got to come to Fresno. I didn't look at my schedule for the month. I didn't know I was coming here until I checked it yesterday, 2 days ago, and it said FAT. I said, I'm going to Fresno.
Yeah.
I said, well, let me call my brother and let's see if he's really, if he's being real.
Okay, check this out, Dr. G. Before we go to commercial.
It's all your fault while I'm here.
Okay.
I'm blaming
Why
you.
I take that blame?
It's your fault.
Yes, sir.
You shouldn't have never invited me.
Yes, sir. Before I go to quick commercial, I want to just say this, man. Yes, I was down there in Unedited, and like I say, I just go back to, me and Charlotte first hooked up. Social media is very powerful.
It is. That's how we hooked up.
It's very powerful. She reached out to me, but Charlotte, she's everywhere. She was in L.A., then she was in Vegas. She already hooked something up with Barry Gordy's sister.
She's a networker.
She's very good, but like I say, God put me in Unedited. The trip, the trip was lovely. And I met you. I met Brother Norris. Man, I saw Mississippi Valley State, and it was like when I saw that, and then in the back of Charlotte House is history. It's called the Emmett Road. I got some footage. When Charlotte was talking about when Martin Luther King was down there to vote, and Big Mama. Big Mama was bad. That's why she have property down there that was passed down from the slave owners.
Right.
You feel me? And then Charlotte, she like, boy, you're a city boy. I say, Charlotte, yes, I'm from South Central LA, but I love going to see stuff. And when I saw it, and I saw that sign, I told Weezy Pete, man, don't fall, man. They got a little thing right there. I'm so excited. I fell, man. And when I fell, I was like, man, I got on white. I ain't finna change clothes.
You were cleaning in the Board of Health.
Man, yes. But I'm going to go to quick commercial. I'm going to come back with Dr. G, man. Y'all live on Streets of Fresno, man.
Come here to work, feel century past. How we work for y'all still. We live and we try to fight stereotypes. I'm supposed to be polite and bleed stars and stripes. But as I'm sitting here reminiscing on past pain, I found the question, who can tell me my last name? America.
But I don't see much of it. Nowadays I'm like the other day, Frederick Douglass, honoring those who fought for African suffrage. Minus skin color, this nation would be corruptionless. Not a stranger to this land, I ain't stopping in. My ancestors were the original Cayenne. Now pour juice and gin to celebrate victory. Us darkies built this land and know your history. A fly poet, young Cassius Clay. A rebel for revolution to my casket lay. And my democracy is mocking me. Using propaganda to try to fool us optically. That's why, as a public, we should open our eyes and realize freedom's inside. No skin color stopping me. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. Whatever shade of flesh, you my king with all my.
You can get all the notes and comments from today's shows out at www.descendantsofamericanslaves.com. And I want to say thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to ride with us today. Please send us your questions.
Man, we back live on the streets of Fresno. We flipping the script right here on the streets of Fresno. So, Captain G, you say you from South Central LA. So, what elementary school you went to, what high school you went to, and stuff like that? Cause I'm Fresno born. I'm Fresno born, South Central raised. So let's talk about South Central, man.
Well, South Central, right on Main and Colden and 90th Street.
Man, I got a house on 9th Lane to Butler. That's where I'm gonna go right now.
Yeah, well, hey, that's the hood, man.
That's the hood.
And then I was raised in Inglewood and went to Morningside High School, and
right,
I went down to Woodwards, Monroe, Morningside, and then went to Cal State Northridge and got a few degrees out there, and then I went. I've been so busy, Doc. But here's what I want to do, because before this, we run out of time on this show, because this is so important to put in place now a process, some solutions, so we can begin to heal the community. We want to put in we want to put a headquarters out here, a regional headquarters, the American Slave Inc. regional headquarters, and the purpose of that is to begin to allow this to be the foundation out here. Slavery was the foundation of America; it will always be, and corporations will begin to recognize this here because they are benefiting off of the slavery foundation. So it's needed here. And that's going to cost about $500 to start the corporation here. And that's what I need you to do here. Yes. And we're just going to stand with you, because then we can begin to go in a place to get resources and reparation. Reparation is very important because there has been damage done to the American slave culture, and slavery was a crime against humanity. That debt is still out there, and we're going to collect on it. But we're going to do it in such a way that it's not going to hurt the United States of America, our parent country, but in a way that we can get resources so we can begin to put programs in place so that we can raise up the American slave culture here, institutions, businesses, re-educate our group to understand who we are. And so it is important. That's the first step. And why don't you say with me, let's make it happen here in this community.
Dr. G.
And let you be the president.
Yes. This what I want to say.
Oh, we got somebody else up here. Hey.
No. She's no. You
got it. Someone in the audience said, "I'll be the president." And you so busy.
She's the CFO. She runs everything.
But you so busy. You know what? One thing that we got to learn how to do. We got to learn how to do it as a team.
Yes.
Because teamwork make the dream work. Yes. Because doing so much, things fall through the crack.
Yes, sir.
So if you have somebody else out here that's in your corner, that's willing to stand with you, pass the torch.
Yes. That's why I want to say this, and then I'm going to go to a quick commercial and come right back. My brother right here, man, Pastor Joby Jones, I told him to come down here to meet you, brother.
I'm honored.
Like I say, last week,
were we in missing last week?
Man, almost to the date. I'm looking at my watch.
Oh gosh.
It's 2:40, so it's 5:40. Last week this time we was in Etta Bean, Mississippi.
That's right.
The population is 2,000.
No, 2,106 people.
Okay.
That's what that sign said.
Okay. Like I say, I told you in the mobile home with Brother Norris and the other people who was in there. When I came in there, they sent me to look for Charlotte, but I got stuck. And when I got stuck, I sat there and I listened before I opened my mouth. And with Brother Norris, what he said, I'm like, man, I'm your guy. Central Valley, Fresno, the Central Valley right here. Like I tell everybody, I moved from LA. The Central Valley for me is from Bakersfield to Alameda County. And I have put myself in a position. I'm respected right here in Fresno because that's
the man.
That's another show. But God is the man, and I'm doing this through God. Like I said, this brother I'm finna bring on, man. When I moved back to Fresno, man, I literally told him, man, it's gonna take me and you and some other brothers. They're gonna come, but they don't see what I see in you. And I'm gonna come right back, man, and put Joby Jones on this panel, man.
we are. Because when you know who you are, you're going to know what you are and what you've been called to do. You guys are Americans. You are the descendants of American slaves. America had no other child but the slaves to build this great nation. This is a powerful country. I'm not going back to Africa. I was born in Watts, California. The hood. The real hood. I was part of the Watts riot. So why would I want to go back to Africa, and I was born here in the United States? Through slavery, our culture was created. It created the American slave culture. And y'all, let me hang with us. Hang with us. I want everybody to go over to that van and get one of the blue books, the Renaissance Plan. Senator, raise that blue book up in your hand. I want y'all to get this book. Get that book over there. It's going to change your life forever. God said, my people are destroyed for a lack of...
Talk to him.
Now y'all know that. You know that. But y'all been chasing money. You've been chasing money, and something about money, it'll fly away from you. But when you have the knowledge, and this is so critical, because right now we have shifted from an industrial-based society to a new knowledge-based economy. We're in a whole new different system. And we have helped develop the model now to heal our culture. I'm here in Unedited, Mississippi. Why? Because God said the last shall be first. And Mississippi is the last culture that to end slavery technically on the books here 2 years ago. They just changed the law. So it is in line with God's will. Now the real question is, are you ready to change? See, y'all have no more excuses. None. The real deal is in town. We came here to help you get to another level. I need y'all to go over there and get those books, because we have been ignorant. That has been our greatest enemy. But as we move forward here, I spoke with the mayor, and mayor, we're servant leaders. We're standing with you. Senator, we are standing with you. We're going to flip the script in this community. Say, let's flip the script together. No. I thank you for the 2 back here, 3. I need you. This is your community. This is your community. Greenwood, Unedited, Mississippi, this is your community. You're going to have to step up to the plate, because each and every one of us have been called to the earth realm to fulfill a purpose. And he told you to take up dominion over the fish of the sea, the fowls of the air, over the cattle. We supposed to be owning livestock. And if you own livestock, you better have some land so the cattle can graze on. He said, take over all the earth. We have not been doing that. We sitting around here waiting on God. You tripping. He said, take up dominion over the fish of the sea. That means you're going to have to do something. But y'all have no excuse now, because we are in town. It's too late.
We're here.
We're here. It's over. And we're going to do something. I heard about the electricity in the city, how they plan you guys. We're going to bring something to this community to help you with your electric bill. It's over. It's over. And I'm going to hold you to it too. I'm going to hold you to it. But we got work to do. But the first thing that we got to get is on one accord. And you get that little blue book.
What's going on, man? Back live at the streets of Fresno. Like I say, man, I had to bring my guy, Joby Jones, man. I'm finna do a little panel. Like I say, when I was in Unedited, man, I met some powerful people. And, you know, Joby, he's very powerful, man, right here in Fresno. And you know, I like the captain say, man, it's our time, Joby. You know, it's our time, man. You've been shot, the prisons, all that, man. And like I tell my kids and I tell my nieces, nephews, excuse me, I went to prison for you. You don't want to see that prison. It's a whole different lifestyle. I have a little brother in L.A., and I tell Jonathan, man, little bro, you ain't gonna make it in prison. You're 6'6", 132 pounds, light-skinned. You better pick up a knife. But it's not about that, bro. You know what Brother G and Brother Norris, what they trying to do for us, man, is flip the script, man. You know, holla at him, man. Lacey, man. Y'all talk, man. This y'all panel.
Well, I saw your video, and your video you were talking about, we first have to have unity. We're going to have to come together and respect one another, and then we have to put some things in place where we can help them put a map in place to help them get off the street, create jobs. We have to do that. We have to have ownership. There's really, my brother, I'm listening to that video this morning at 4 a.m. East Coast time.
Pilot hour. Ain't no back out. We got pilot hours, man. Joby was up too, studying.
Hey,
get a call.
There's 4 things that has to happen. We have to understand what it takes to have a better community. And one of the things is we have to have healthy citizens. We got to be able to provide more home ownership for the people, because renters don't have a vested interest in the community. Wind blow, they go. Homeowners will fight. But at the same time, we also have to create business ownership, successful business ownership. We also got to begin to get us, and I heard you, more people involved in the political process, creating public policy. Not just voting, but creating public policy. And the last thing that we got to do, and this is something that we can do immediately, is education. We have to have a relevant educational process that we create that will help our culture. And I'm calling us the American slave culture. This culture has been abused and abandoned, and what you're seeing happening in this community and many communities across the country is that the descendants of American slaves don't know who they are. And they have been left to fend for themselves. When they kicked them off the plantation, they said, "You free. Free to do what?"
Look for master.
and so the culture's been struggling ever since.
Yes.
And so if we look at it from that perspective, it helps us have a different paradigm and understand it a little bit better.
And I can understand you from that part, because being running with the streets and all that, we identify each other by what street we from, by what color we. So we always want to be identified. But the identification that we take, it's the wrong one.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's them dudes over there. I don't mess with them dudes. You can't mess with them dudes. And that's really, we got to get past that part, because them dudes got the same problem you got.
That's correct.
And it's the struggle. You know what I mean? And everybody's struggling to get out and become something later on. We all want the same things. We just going about it. We just fighting each other to get it. Right. And then a lot of them, when they do get it, if they do one out the few that make it out the wrong way, I got mine. Now you got to figure out how to get yours. So we have to come back, especially as leadership. We don't, like you said, Martin Luther King, they killed him, but it wasn't nobody up under him that was raised up, that was taught. That's correct. You know what I mean? The God is out.
I agree with 1,000%.
It should have kept going. And I learned that in a lot of things. Real leadership is developing the one under you. You know what I mean? And
it ain't about me.
Right. So, and I noticed in the streets, we'll show such and such how to be a gangbanger. We'll show such and such how to sell dope. We'll show such and such how to pimp. Yeah. But we won't show them how to build a business. We won't show them how to step out into the community and do some powerful things.
Yes.
Now, and that's what we need.
That's what we have in you. That's what we have in me. That's what we have in you, Joby.
And I thank God, because I fought and clawed my way out. I refuse, like you say, to be identified as one of them dudes over there. And I was told, I came to church, I don't want them people in my church. But hold on, that means you don't want me up in here.
That's right.
Because I'm one of them people.
That's right.
So I'm going to get this for my people.
They are people.
You know what I mean? So I've always been, I go against the grain. I learned how to swim upstream. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you, Doc.
Just because don't nobody else, because I'm not going to get discouraged either. And I don't care what they say or what not, because we need this. You know what I mean? We need somebody that's going to fight for us, tooth and nail, that's going to really go inside that cage and say, hey, man, show us how to do this. And I thank God that God has placed that on my heart. I just want to get back to my people. You know what I mean? Brothers, sisters, whatever. I just want to show them there's a better way.
There's a better way.
Because the way we've been doing it, we
ain't working.
It.
It's not working.
And let me share this with y'all. Here's what's so exciting, and you may not understand this yet, and I've written a book called Collaboration, Teamwork, and Networking, a case study for systematically working together to achieve successful living, where I talk about we've shifted now from an industrial-based society to a new knowledge-based economy. It's a whole different ballgame, brothers. And they don't understand it neither. But I sleep, eat, and breathe this here, helping to develop this new system. Now, we have been stuck as a culture, the American slave culture is still stuck in the agriculture age. We've never left the plantation mentally. But where we have to shift quickly is over to this new system. And this is what some of the new relevant education that I'm talking about that we have to learn quickly. And guess what? It don't take long. It don't take long. When you have the information, you become empowered, and then when you have a process to implement it, I'm gonna show y'all how we'll raise $90 million over the next 18 to 24 months, following a process. The banks do this all the time.
And the thing with our people is we know how to hustle. We
know how to hustle. The problem is we got the wrong business.
We know how to set up on the corner anyway.
Right, but we got the wrong product.
Bring up the barbecue, wash some car. We know how to.
We business people.
But we do it.
We got the wrong product.
Okay, but let me stop you, Dr. G. That's why, like I said, I just thank God, you know, that I was in Ella Bean. I'll never forget that place. And the brother told me, man, we want y'all back next year. I said, yes, we'll be back next year, but when I come back next year, I'm bringing my peoples. You know, now, like I say, you didn't check your flight, you didn't check your itinerary. Check the itinerary, brother. Anytime that jet, that big bus, that 747, whatever you flying, laying in Fresno International Airport, call me if I'm in town. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna call Mike, and we gonna flip the script.
We you know, brother, I'm really honored because you know you go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. You go where people want you. You said, Doc, I read your email this morning. I mean your message. You said, Doc, I need you here. I need you here. And see, that's where I want to be, because see, in where I'm from, we have ignorant slave leaders there. They don't know that they're slaves. And they are, a lot of those folk came from Unedited up to St. Louis, East St. Louis, and they think that they done gone through the man's school system, that they become so intelligent, but they really are intelligent fools. Because all the school system was only designed to do was go to school, get you a good education, so you get you a good paying job. Maybe. But we couldn't even get jobs because we didn't own nothing, produce anything. Because whoever controlled the ownership dictate who got jobs and who didn't get jobs. So there's a lot of us got degrees, PhDs, and look at our community, still look the same. It's either we were bad students or maybe we didn't get the right information. And so a lot of the folks that even have perpetrating the fraud, many of these preachers, and that's a subject that they've been hustling the community, and it's time to flip the script on it. And we're the new leaders. We'll lead the people in a different way to help to empower them, to move them from poverty, ignorance, dependency, and complacency to knowledge, wealth, power, interdependency, so they can have life and have it more abundantly. Because that's why Jesus came. And y'all, I got to say this to you, I love Jesus Christ. I love the law of Christ. So I've been rolling with him for 48 years, and he's never led me wrong. And I can't change on y'all. I'm following principles that work, laws that work, that can help us move from where we are to the next level in a short period of time if we follow the process. And so I'm honored to be here, and thanks for picking me up at the airport, bro.
Yes, sir. Like I say, man, you know, I try, you know, no, I don't try. I keep it real in this show, man. You know, it is like, you my big homie. And I tell everybody, man, you know, being from LA, you know, if you Crip, Blood, you always respect your big homie. That's what we lacking right here in Fresno. Me and Joby, we talk about this all the time. You feel me? Joby the big homie from his neighborhood, man. But then they saw the big homie make a change to become a preacher, they scared. You feel me? People say Deke, they call me Deke in Fresno, you know. They say, Deke, what are you trying to do? I say, bro, I'm doing what God telling me to do. You feel me? And then, like I say, my partner More Money, man, when I moved back, like I say, it's just almost 2 years to the day that I returned home. And he said, Deke, these dudes don't understand what you're doing. He said, man, they stuck in 1771. I say, no way, Mo. Since 2015. But then I'm going to take you when we leave, when I take the airport, I'm going to take you on the west side, on California Avenue. It's a bunch of land right there, man. And it's got to be developed because it's been looking like this since I was a kid.
See, I'm a roll with God.
Yes.
Because he didn't get his purpose. He told us to take up dominion over the fish of the sea. That's the food industry. Over the fowls of the air. That's the chicken industry. He said over the cattle. We need that land so we can have some livestock over there.
And this livestock capital right here.
Hey, and if you got
This is
livestock, gotta have land.
See, you fly in. If you catch that Greyhound bus, once you come out of Bakersfield, that's how, when I was a kid, I knew I was close to Fresno, because I started smelling cows.
Well, brother man, when I was coming down out of 35,000 feet today, I could see
I was
the
excited.
land.
I didn't sleep. I was flying and playing with you.
Hey, I see the land. You get a bird's eye view from up there.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you something. It's nothing but a process. They didn't teach the slave culture to compete against the slave master.
Yeah.
We were ignorant back then, and many of us are still ignorant today as it relates to being financial literate and knowing who we are. So there's two things that we got to do quickly. Number one, we got to address the identity piece because we're Americans. We are the descendants of American slaves. And number two, we have to put a systematic ABC plan in place that leads our culture into mainstream America.
Yes.
Take over businesses. And that's the reason why we want to put the American Slave Inc. headquarters here locally so we can begin to launch and kick it off.
Yes.
And it don't take long.
Yes. Like I told Brother Norris, and I'm telling you live right here on my talk show, The Streets of Fresno. You know, Joby, he's the CEO of Stop the Violent Fresno. He has a center, that we can utilize. I have, this Mike Brady had put me in position right here where I can utilize this. And it's like I say, anytime you fly to Fresno, you let me know.
It's going to be often.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be moving back to Los Angeles.
Oh, well, you can drive, but like
no,
I say.
No, not drive.
No.
I'm going to jump on the
with
jet.
You, big homie.
No.
Yeah, what guys say,
I'm going to jump on the jet.
Like I say, it's about empowering our people.
Yes.
And I tell my folks around here in Fresno, I need $300 million. And they look at me crazy. I say, okay, if you know corporate America, $100 million is no money.
It's chump change.
It's chump change because they give athletes that. It's chump change. But before we run out of time, man, I must say this, man. We talked about this at the beginning. We talked about this on the air, and we also talked about it right now. Like you say, you need a place to have a headquarters. We
need a place to have a headquarters.
You have it right here, Fresno.
It's a done deal.
Yes. Let me say this, Captain G, because I'm gonna let you close it out. Joby, my man. You feel me? We putting together.
No. He's our brother.
Yes. Well, we putting together a beauty pageant and for the kids. Because we got to get them something to do, make them feel special. Absolutely. The theme I came was bring the beauty back. His wife gonna come up with a theme. He gonna come with a theme. He gonna put in a hat and come up with that. And then September the 3rd, it'll be 20 years my anniversary. I told Joby I want him to MC this. I have Brian King who helped me to be a keynote speaker. I would love for you to come down here and speak on this event.
It's a privilege and an honor, and we'll look at sliding that into our schedule to make that happen.
Yes, sir. And then, like I say, later on that day, I would like to have a celebrity basketball game with a couple of them veterans, run them down the court, and then, have a comedy show to make it make sense.
Right.
And with the proceeds going to whatever we want to do right here. Like I say, he has a summer youth program that give free lunches. We want to have our own money to give to our people, man, and that's showing the kids that they can become something, man. I got 2 minutes. Y'all take us away, man. Joby, they already know how to get in contact with you, man, but tell them again, and you tell them, Brother G, and we out of here.
Stop the Violence Fresno, Grace and Truth Missionary Baptist Church, Fresno, Preacher Joby Jones, 519-5952-559 area code, or you can catch me on the street somewhere, riding up and down on my truck.
Well, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm Dr. Gerald Higginbotham. I can be reached at www.descendantsofamericanslaves.com, or you can go out to my personal website, www.drgerald.net, drgerald.net. It's all about you. It's time to flip the script in your life.
That's Gerald.
You got to get involved.
Yes.
Hey, we got the information, we got the processes. We just need the people to say, I'm ready for change. I'm ready to step up to do my part.
Put it like this, big homie, Dr. G, Captain G. We ready for change. I got a few soldiers. I got a team that I'm putting together, man. Like my cameraman right there, man. We up, we thinking. And I tell this brother, man, I'm doing this, you doing this, but we doing it for a cause. I got to go right now because the young lady, Miss Kenina Johnson, she's in the house and she's up next. I'm going to ask Miss Kenina Johnson, can Captain G be a guest on her show. Because y'all know I'm her producer. Fresno, streets of Fresno, we out of here. Joby, I see you July the 9th. I see you next time that plane land in Fresno. I'm coming to get you. I know where you stay at now. I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I know you stay when you come to Fresno. I'll be there, black man. I love you. It was an honor to meet you at a Bean, Mississippi. We coming back, Charlotte. We out of here.